Since the early 20th century, my work has been monitored, measured, scientifically calculated. Time and motion studies has dictated my work. Only fatigue stood in the way of the one best way for productivity and for efficiency. Now I'm the quantified worker. Intimate devices track my steps, my heart rate, my movements, my sentiment, my thoughts, my arousal, my performance. I am the construction worker. My heart rate is monitored to prevent my collapse for health and safety reasons. I am the taxi driver. My fares are ranked according to a dynamic, according to an algorithm that I have no control over. I am the Amazon worker. I stock and I send parcels to you before, of course, a drone or a robot takes that job. My toilet breaks and my mistakes are calculated, are captured. I am surveilled, I am disposable, I am automated. I am hyper-employed. I am the office worker. My arm gestures, my tone of voice, my steps around the office are tracked, are monitored by sociometric solutions. I am the call center worker. My emotions are tracked by my facial expressions. I am subject to sentiment analysis. My work is monitored. My health and my happiness are measured. My time is rescued by software. But the more my boss knows about me, the more my boss controls me, right? Or can I lead a gameful, gainful life with the use of new technologies? Is the future of work surveilled and controlled? In the era of Industry 4.0, the biological, the physical, and the digital become blurred. So what my research does is to look at how workplaces are changing as a result of new technologies. I'm looking at the psychosocial impact of this. I'm looking at the possibilities for violence, for the new hazards that are placed upon workers in this new world of work in ways that Taylor and the Gilbreths could have only imagined during scientific management. So to give you some context, the market for enterprise wearable devices is on the rise. It includes industrial and healthcare wearable devices. Growing from the investment has been in $21 million in 2013 to $9.2 billion in 2020. So 13 million self-tracking devices are predicted to be incorporated into employee wellness programs by 2019. In 2015, so just a couple of years ago, nearly a fifth or 18% of employees across Europe had access to wearable technology at work. 1 in 3 employers provided some form of wellness initiative relating to technologies in 2016. So the quantified work environment has been introduced both in the cognitive context, the cognitive working environment. So this is education, this is creative work, this is the kind of work done from art houses, I say, to warehouses. So also in factory work, which you might be familiar with already, which I've alluded to with the Amazon worker. So from factory work, from art houses to warehouses alike, which is what I say in my book. But experimentation and interest in tracking behavior is nothing necessarily new. So diarizing, we've had quantification, as it were, in kind of analog ways for many, many years. Self-experimentation, they're not unprecedented obsessions. So you have King Charles II. He had a penchant for weighing himself before he ate, before he played tennis, specific weighing times during the day. A report from Royal Society's archives in 1664 indicates that at age 34, he had the curiosity of weighing himself very frequently to observe the several emanations of his body before and after sleep, tennis, riding abroad, and so on. So Sanctorius of Padua, who's known for introducing quantitative approaches to medicine in the 16th and 17th centuries, also was very interested in weighing himself before meals and after meals, and also his excrement. Same for Salvador Dali, very interested in measuring his excrement. In fact, my great-great-grandfather was Howard Fletcher, and he was the Victorian nutritionist who came up with the concept of the 100 chew thesis, which you may be familiar with. He argued that the body is a machine. So while the king, the physician, the artist, my great-great-grandfather, tracked physical expressions, other historical white men have also been interested in also less tangible measurement. Benjamin Franklin kept a moral compass of his activity quite explicitly through daily self-examination. So he kept track of his actions in a little book. You can see the grid here. It contained a page for each virtue, one of which was temperance, and the subheading reads, "Eat not to dullness, drink not to elevation," unless, of course, you're at the Red Gallery, and please use the bar.